Okay, so next up is creating the arms. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to editable poly mode and go to polygon mode. Okay, and I'm just going to take off this show end result for now, and I'm going to go to my left view. Okay, before I do that, I'm going to go back to vertex mode, and I'm just going to do some just minor tweak to this. Okay, just to get this more or less round. So what I want to do is in polygon mode, I'm going to go select these polygons. Okay, and now this is going to be the arm. So what I want to do is, if I go and extrude this, he's going to have a huge arm. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to inset, and I'm going to inset that. I'm going to go to my left view and hit Alt X, and actually this value is fine. This value of 1 is actually perfect. Okay, so insert that with a value of 1, and in my front view I'm just going to push that out a little bit and push that up. Okay, just something like that, just to give this some shape, something like that. Okay, then what I'm going to do in my front view, I am going to extrude that. So with that still selected, I'm going to go click on extrude, and I'm going to extrude this out by about 10. Okay, I can always adjust it if I need to, and I'm just going to go and just drag this down, something like that. Okay, so the arm is not fitting that great. Okay, everything here needs to actually be pushed up a little bit more. So I can just go to vertex mode and just select all of these ones, and then just push that up, and then take this, slowly push that up, etc., etc. I'm not going to do that now. Okay, I'll do that in between lessons. You should know how to adjust these vertices by now. So with these ones still selected, back in my front view, I'm going to go to my rotate tool. I'm going to make sure my angle snap is turned on, and I'm going to rotate that something like that, so it's more or less in line with the arm. Maybe one more, there we go. Okay, so I have that. I'm going to go to my scale tool and scale this arm down. Again, I'll go to my front view, scale it down in all directions. Okay, so something like that. Okay, then I'm going to go and extrude that again. I can go a little bit further this time. Okay, I can always just go and push this manually to wherever I need it, so I'm going to go up to there more or less. Okay, so that is the basic shape of the character's arm. So I'm also going to take this one and push that in, okay, because the wrist is quite thin. I go to the left view and I can hit Alt X again. Okay, and I can move this over a little bit if I need to, and that's more or less, that's fine. I like that. Okay, so after we have that, all we need to do now is sorry, let's do that. So all we need to do now is just add in a few segments. So I'm going to go to edge mode, select all of these edges, and I'll go to connect. Okay, I'm going to use this last option, which is called slide, and I'm just going to slide this up to somewhere like 75 maybe. Yeah, so this will just allow the elbow to deform properly. Okay, might move this a little bit down. That's fine. Okay, I'm going to select these ones and go to connect again. I'm going to reset this value to 0, and I'm going to add in a few segments. So maybe about 4 segments. That'll give me plenty of room if I need to go, for example, to vertex mode and maybe shape the arm if I need to. Okay, then I'm going to go to edge mode, select these edges again, connect one segment, and I'm just going to slide this one over. Okay, about 75 or a little bit less, like that. Select these ones, connect, reset this value to 0, and then I'll add in maybe 4 more segments, just like that. Okay, then the next thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to take, this is going to be, let's get my front view, this one, sorry, this one's going to be the elbow. Okay, so I'm going to take this one and I'm going to chamfer this. So basically what chamfer will do is it'll just split that into 2 sections. Okay, so let me take the chamfer edge amount. I can actually just take these ones. Let's rather take these ones and push them up. There's actually a feature, what's that thing called again? The constraints. If I want to move these ones down, as you can see, I can move them in any direction. So I can actually click on this edge constraints. Okay, so if I select that, I can now move it only up or down. Okay, so I'll push that in a little bit, double click that edge and also push that in. Okay, having that edge constraints on. And that should be fine. Then just remember to take that edge constraints off. Take this one, edge constraints, and push that up a little bit. Push this one up and push this one down a little bit, just like that. Okay, remember to take that edge constraints off. Okay, so basically the only thing left to do with this arm is to just go and do some shaping. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to select this one. I'm actually going to turn the edge constraints on again, and I'm just going to push this down like that. Take this one and push that. Take this edge that I have over here and push that out. Okay, see, this is why you need to take the edge constraints off. I want to do that. It's going to snap to any one of the other vertices. Take that edge constraints off and I'll push that out. Okay, I'm pushing it out quite a lot because you'll see if I quickly deselect this and view it with turbo smooth. Okay, so now we can see we have an elbow shape. Okay, so that can maybe come out a little bit more if we need to, but I think that's fine for now. Don't want to give this female character a huge elbow. Gonna go back to edge mode, vertex mode. Select these two. Okay, because this usually goes in. Okay, so push these ones back. Okay, just something like that, and let's see what it looks like with turbo smooth. That's fine, and that is also going to deform very nicely. Okay, so when this arm bends, this is gonna this shouldn't give us any problems. Okay, so that is just basically how to create the arms. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is just do a few small little tweaks here on the shoulder, also just to allow for this to deform properly. And then after that we'll do the hands. Okay, and then we'll do the rest of the upper body. So we'll finish this area over here, and then we'll go and create the legs. So what I'm going to do with the legs I'm gonna go do in between lessons. I'm not gonna show you how to do the legs because the legs are gonna be the exact same as the arms. You're gonna have so the pelvis, okay, the pelvis area. You're gonna have, once we have modeled that, all you're gonna do is again you're just gonna go and extrude it out to the knee, then extrude it out again, add a few edges in there, and just go and shape that however you want. Okay, so exactly the same way as we did the arm. Okay, so I'm not gonna go through that. Okay, so again, if this was a character, okay, a female character that was maybe butch, or if you have a very buff character, you want to go to these vertices and go and adjust them. So for example, over here I can go maybe select these ones and then slowly bring them out, and then eventually create a bicep. So for example, take that and pull that out and down, take these ones, maybe push them up and back a little bit, so you'll eventually then create a bicep. Okay, so really simple. All you're gonna have to do is just play around and just every now and then just deselect whatever you have selected over here, and make sure you have your turbo smooth applied. So just see what it looks like with turbo smooth. So just dragging out those vertices already gave me a bicep. Okay, looks kind of weird, but was done just really quickly. So you should know how to do that by now. Okay, so I am going to quickly just undo all of that. So I'm just going to pause the video and then just reshape my arm, and yeah, but I think before I go and reshape the arm a little bit better, I'm just going to go and create the actual arm pit. So I'm going to go to edge mode, select this edge, hold down shift and select that entire ring, and I will go to connect and I'll add in one segment. Okay, go to vertex mode and I'm going to select these three vertices and I'm going to push them in and up a little bit. Okay, same with these ones. Select them and push them up and bring them in a little bit. Push this one up and then just slowly start to shape the armpit. Okay, also a very crucial part, especially if the character's arms are going to be moving, then you want this area to deform properly. Okay, so I just went and just smoothed this out a little bit. So the armpit, as you can see, is I just took these vertices and just push them back a little bit, push them up, take these ones, push them up a little bit, and what I also did was in vertex mode I just went and I added in a few segments, so just cutting around. So I added about 2 extra segments, okay, that go all the way down and go in here. Okay, so just to finish that off, just to add some extra geometry, then I added one in here and I just cut it, made a triangle over there. Okay, this back is not going to deform that much, so this triangle shouldn't give us any problems. Okay, so this will also just allow, and I went and followed through to this area over here, and yeah, that's basically it. So just added a few extra segments in there just to go and make sure that when this arm and the shoulder deforms, that I won't lose a lot of detail. Okay, so again, you right click and you cut, and you just cut all the way through and end it here on the back. And this one I just went from there, this one just goes all the way through, so I actually went to edge mode, shift click, and it'll select that entire edge. Okay, mine will select other edges now because it's going in all directions, and then just connect that, and just right click and cut in vertex mode, and just connect those vertices up, okay, like we have done in the past. Okay, so all of this you should know by now. Then also what I did was, you'll see that the shoulder might still look a little bit weird, okay, especially the shape over here. So remember, if you take a look at the reference image, okay, this character is not going to be, I'm not modeling a naked character, okay, she's going to have clothes on. So that's also a reason why I don't need to worry too much about creating muscles in the arms. Okay, I don't really need to create muscles or anything like that, because the way that her dress will go on her body, okay, the way it's going to fit on her body, okay, you're not really seeing a lot of details in her arm, so you mostly will see the sleeve of the shirt over here. So that's ultimately what I am creating, okay, because once the entire character is finished, okay, we're going to go and put the character, we're going to put clothes on the character. So you'll see how we're actually going to do that. So just to give you a quick example, is we're going to go to polygon mode, for example, and then I'll select all of these polygons and then go and select this entire row, etc, etc. Let me do that rather. I'll select that and I'll hit grow, okay, something like that, and let me hit grow one more time. Okay, so something like that. I'll just alt and remove that. So basically, just to give you a quick idea, so something like that, and then we're gonna go and actually extrude the jacket, okay, the jacket and the skirt. We're gonna extrude from the actual character's shape of the body, so you don't really need to worry too much about adding a lot of details. So when you model this, you need to actually think of modeling the clothing, okay, but we don't need to worry about, for example, all of those details in there, okay, because that we will actually add once we actually have the clothing. So now we're just getting basically the shape of the character, and then from there we'll just extrude the clothing, and just make that a little bit thicker so it just fits on the body. Okay, so that is basically it. And also, like I said, as well, what I also did in between this lesson, now when I paused the video, go to editable poly mode and click on the show end result, and then I don't know why this thing keeps changing back. Just change this again. Okay, so if working with turbo smooth on, so you show end result, if working with that on does help you, okay, which I actually do suggest. So if you select this, you can actually see what it'll look like once it is smooth, okay. So if you model like this, you can get a rough idea, but you're not really getting the entire picture. So for example, maybe I see this vertex, it looks like it's going in quite a lot, but if I view it with my turbo smooth, that's actually perfect. Okay, so work with the turbo smooth and do some shaping to your character. One thing that I am going to do quickly, I'm going to take the show end result off. I just want to select these ones and just delete that. Okay, so just to get rid of that, because we're going to go and build the arm in the next lesson. We're going to build the hands in the next lesson, and that's going to go and connect into this. So the exact same way that we connected the neck to the head and then the neck to the body, we're going to be doing that as well. So this needs to be deleted, needs to be empty. Okay, so if I just hit F4, so now you can just get a better look of the character so far. Okay, so you can see we're getting some nice shapes there. The body is looking quite well. I'm happy with the way that turned out. So this is I think we'll end off this lesson here, and in the next lesson we will go and model the hands.